unfortunately, I'm a little disappointed how downtown Minneapolis has gotten as far as the industry goes and the parties back then there was promoters. It was different vibe. It was different. People were coming down to have fun and enjoy their time. I feel like that vibe kind of just faded a little bit. It feels like just the same people going out.
It ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie, what you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up, I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it, I ain't been to the booth in a minute. Niggas hate the fact that I'm winning. Who makes him the chief of the south side? Oh my nigga, I'm not the lieutenant. When I was in the gym, you wasn't in it. FaceTime, so my windows is tinted. If I said that shit, then I meant it. Niggas gave me the rules and I bent it.
It got me to maybe the best point in my life right now. So yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, it is amazing. Okay, you ready to go, man?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. Very special guest in the building. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Jado Hark.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
for
man,
having me.
you and I, we've had a rapport for quite some time. We've sat down a couple times. I interviewed you, and goddamn,
Andre
Seamers. He's out here just lifting weights now, right?
He moved to England. He dating somebody that lives over there. So
that's right.
He moved out there. He came back in town for a little bit, then went back. But he's based out of England now.
And he's not really doing music anymore, right?
Not really. He found his little niche over there. He's doing some fitness stuff, and he's just happy. I think that's all that matters.
That's dope, man. Yeah. I feel like sometimes the only reason I bring that up is because, well, obviously because you guys did an interview together and you were working with him,
correct?
Like as management, right?
Correct.
Essentially.
Yep.
Sometimes I feel like Minnesota podcasts or Minnesota shows, interview-based shows, are the kiss of death. I can't even tell you how many interviews I've done with people that within a month after the interview, you never hear or see from them ever again, at least musically.
Don't put on the podcast.
It's the kiss of death, man. I mean,
honestly, I'm not trying to say face, but you guys are actually like probably the only legit podcast in Minnesota that's been consistently putting content out on a regular basis. Yep. There's a lot of other podcasts that I respect and I've been on and I love and appreciate, but nobody has been as consistent as you guys.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's becoming more like the blue check mark before it became public for people when they make it, live on Lake. Like if you get on there, you technically made it in Minnesota, right? So
yeah, I mean that's how we look at it. Yeah. That's how we look at it. I mean, it's nice to hear you say it.
Of course.
Because I mean, I'm done talking down on other podcasts or other shows because I do feel like we are the premier place to be, and those other platforms, they offer something as well, and there's room for all of us.
Correct.
And I think Live on Lake Street is responsible for keeping shit advancing.
Correct. And not just keeping stuff advancing. There's a lot of people that have gotten on Live on Lake that I haven't heard of before. Yeah. Then I started following, at least checking out, right? Yeah. So again, you guys are given a platform that they probably haven't had locally. And I feel like I'm involved in a lot of the music industry, a lot of the local talent, and the fact that there's some couple guys that have been on, or females, I'm like, I've never heard of them. They're actually good. Yeah. It's actually showcased that what you guys are doing is actually working.
That's the point.
So,
that's
and
the
it's
purpose,
free.
Man.
People are not paying to get on here. They're not, sitting here
they are.
doing anything. I mean, some are.
You're not.
But some are.
You're not, but
for the most part, like what you get out of it, and let's just say whatever you invest to be on here, is very, justifiable.
Yeah, I think it's worth it, and that that is definitely. I mean, I could probably talk till I'm blue in the face about it, but you're not only investing in yourself, you're paying us for our time and for the production.
Absolutely.
We talk about it. We've talked about it before about. You wouldn't ask a videographer to shoot your music video for free,
correct.
Right? You're going to pay him for his time and for his editing and all that. Like, it's no different. Over here, if anything, it's more.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's essentially the same thing. Like, we're out here providing a service.
You're getting the views, which is what you need as a local upcoming artist.
Yeah, that too. Exposure. And people are finding out about you.
Correct.
Through the platform that may not have known who you are. So man, I appreciate the flowers. And let's give you some flowers, man. Since I've known you, since I've known who you, even before I knew you and just knew who you were, you've been obviously looked at as incredible businessman, right?
Thank you.
You know, you're out. We start. I don't know. Did it start with Aqua, or was there something before? It was more before.
Aqua.
So it
Aqua
started
was
with
the first
Aqua.
one, yeah. Yep.
So Aqua, and then you moved into. I don't even know. Don't you got like flower shops now? You got coffee business. I don't know what's like.
I'll take it back. I started originally with Aqua. You know, we opened Aqua was obviously a bunch of offices. So, not gonna go into details, but I started with Aqua, and then we acquired Elixir, which now is Monarch, right?
Yep.
And then I sold that to a friend of mine named G, and then we bought the Fine Line, and then we bought the Venue, which then I sold it to Nabil and Hamza.
Yeah.
Then they turned it into. It's Vanquish now, but I forgot when they had it.
There was something before that.
Yep. So, and then we had the mansion in Uptown.
Yeah.
So, and then, we did the event center over Northeast.
Yep.
So got into kind of like the wedding business, and then got married, had kids, stepped out, and started getting into different things, mostly first real estate and construction.
Mm-hmm.
And now I ventured to even, different things, but.
Yeah. And so I know your main focus now is real estate.
Yep.
But you're also into Monopoly. You're out here buying up the block, selling,
Trying. I've realized one thing, and I've done personally everything I've wanted to do.
Yeah.
I've traveled the world, driven the cars that I wanted. I've accomplished what I call, was joyful for me at that period of time. And now my main focus is build these businesses for my two daughters to grow up and inherit. And my main goal now is to make sure they're set for life.
Generational wealth, right?
Absolutely.
That should be everybody's goal, I think, right? I mean, you want to make.
If you have children, I absolutely agree.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely agree. So, so I start inquiring these businesses right after COVID. That they're not. I'm not taking a huge risk. So everything I acquire is under $1 million, right?
Okay.
So, but it all depends. What's your ROI, your return on investment? How much you cash flow a month. And I acquire business that I don't have to be completely hands-on on because I don't have the capacity to be involved as many businesses as I should.
Yeah.
So I got into the edible arrangement downtown, which is a great business. It's an occasional business. Like you make your money on Christmas, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day. The other months you do okay.
Yeah.
Then I did, got into construction, which is again, it's a good, but you do most of the work in the summer because you can't really. We do all the exterior, so you can't really do much in the winter.
Yep.
Then I got into the hotels. So I inquired a hotel in Wilmer, Minnesota.
Oh, see, I didn't know this part.
Yeah, this is new. So the first one I inquired was September of last year, and then I got one in December, and I just got another one in Ohio. So one in Wilmer, Minnesota, that was 30 rooms. It wasn't that big.
Okay.
One in Virginia, Minnesota, that was 69 rooms. And the one in Ohio is 51 rooms.
Wow.
So, instead of getting into like the duplexes, fourplexes, or like the complexes, I felt like there's a niche in like the lower grade hotels, nothing fancy. I'm not buying the Hiltons, but, more of, and
this will work for tonight spot.
Yeah,
this is good for
sure.
tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, $70, $80 a night, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
And it cash flow. They always sell out. It cash flows pretty well. People go in there. I have a lot of contractors, construction guys, fishermen, hunters. So that clientele is what I went after, and it's been doing very well for me.
Is that why you went because Virginia is that north?
Yep, that's
Wilmer's north, right?
Yep,
so you kind of specifically chose that geographical location.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't target north, but I'm always looking, kind of like I said, the good cash flow, but it happened to be both over north. So like the north, but I'd go anywhere else if the numbers made sense.
Yeah, for sure. So I want to talk more about what you got currently going on, but can we go back? I want to go back to Aqua because I know Aqua was like, I mean, I hear stories about Aqua still, like to this day, people talking about like the wild shit, the wild nights at Aqua. Do you have like any like standout memories from Aqua, like specific nights where shit just was wild, or the greatest nights?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of good nights that are very memorable. I mean, I was open for 11 years. We've seen it. We've seen it all.
Yeah.
So, the night with Kim Kardashian is a very memorable night. I dropped her off at the hotel, and I'm like, "Yo, your flight is in 4 hours. Can we, hang out?" She was like, "No, get your ass out of here." So I tried to hit. She didn't let me. But that's a dark, on my record. But
wait, you were almost. Wait, was this before Ray J?
That's during Ray J. That's during Reggie Bush.
Because that is before Ray J then.
Yep.
So you almost were I hit it first guy.
Yeah, almost. But she didn't even entertain me. But because I remember we went out, I took her to Manny's before we went out to Aqua.
Okay.
And she was on the phone with Reggie the whole night.
So it was you and her?
Me and her friend, because she came in town with one of her friends,
Yeah.
and then DJ Splice, who I flew in town to DJ her party.
Okay.
So it was just 4 of us.
Took her to Manny's and she ain't paid no goddamn mind. Huh?
No.
What'd she eat? She eat a steak?
Steak, yeah.
Did
yeah,
she?
Yeah.
Damn, she don't seem like a steak
I don't know if she's
girl.
vegetarian, but the time she ate steak.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's crazy to think about, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. To actually take her out.
Like riding around with Kim, like,
Yeah.
Look, you could stake your client. You took Kim Kardashian on a date.
Absolutely.
You did. Now you dated Kim Kardashian.
Yep.
Yeah, you did.
I went on a date.
Yeah,
Technically.
Jado dated Kim Kardashian. That's a real
I
thing.
need that on record.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And so like, and I mean, you've also rubbed shoulders with a lot of like professional athletes, and
Yep.
you know, I know you have a relationship with Ricky Rubio.
Yep.
How's he doing, by the way?
He's doing great. He's in Cleveland, then in playoffs. He's doing wonderful.
Is he playing?
Yeah.
Is he getting minutes off the bench?
Yeah,
he's not starting, is he?
No, he's off the bench, but he's put up minutes. He's he got injured last year.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
And then he re-signed with them for 2 years this year. And he missed the beginning of the season, but he came back around Christmas, and he's been getting minutes.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
He was, so him and Kevin Love were on the same team technically for a couple years, right?
Couple years, yeah.
I didn't even think about the fact that those
Yeah.
two reunite. They ended up reuniting.
In Cleveland, yeah, for 3 years almost, yeah.
And now they're both like, I mean, I'd say I know more about Kevin Love, but both pretty pivotal veteran pieces for
Correct.
the teams that they're on.
Yeah, Caleb's getting some minutes in Miami.
He
so,
is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think didn't he start game one
I don't know.
against Milwaukee? I think he might have started game one against Milwaukee. He was out
They've been
there.
putting
He
the
was-
starting lineup. It's not consistently, but
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
So Wolves obviously in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
About that'll be over in about a day. No, I think they'll actually win game 4.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
then lose game 5.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think it
my-
will get swept, but hopefully not. But
Yeah, I mean, to me that's Timberwolves perfect Timberwolves fashion.
Yeah.
Go down 3-0,
Mm-hmm.
win game 4,
Yeah.
and lose game 5.
Correct.
That's what I feel.
Although last year against Memphis, we did put up a fight.
Put up a fight.
Yeah.
Put up a little fight. Yeah. I mean,
But Denver's I think is a better team.
Denver's really good.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we don't need to go into my feelings on the Minnesota Timberwolves. 'Cause
Sure,
I have been a fan for way too long of the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I've had enough.
Yeah.
I want them to abolish the team and get them out of here. And
I don't know. That's
I
I'm
know
not with
it's
you on that one.
strong.
I
know.
I have so much love for that team. We get disappointed. We know it's gonna get disappointed, and we still stick with them. So
I know.
Same thing with the Vikings.
It's
but
been so tough for
Yeah.
me, man.
Yeah.
I've been the biggest Timberwolves fan for so long, and I'm just so tired.
yeah.
I'm finally understanding, like, you see like the old guy that's been like a fan of the Washington football team
Yep.
for his whole life,
Yep,
and
yep.
now he just watches them just so he can watch them lose because
Yep.
he's been through so much. I'm starting to understand that person.
Sure.
I'm like, I just want to see I want to see him get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
really
get
where
it.
I'm at with. I think there was like an episode of That 70s Show where they go visit Red's grandma or Red's mom in the nursing home.
Okay.
And they're trying to get her to interact with the family, but she just wants him to leave.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna sit down and watch the Bucks game," and she's like, "The Bucks? Oh, I can't wait to watch them lose." And I'm like, "Yeah, I get that. I understand that.
yeah,
The
I
lifelong
get it.
of just being disappointed."
I get it.
Okay, so how about the music business? Are you kind of? I mean, you've been involved, you've dabbled, you've
Yeah.
managed, you've kind of.
I have, and I still like to kind of get my fix every once in a while, but I don't have the capacity to be involved.
Okay.
And I feel like some of these guys, they need kind of a lot more commitment, a lot more attention that I don't physically
don't got
have
it?
to offer. No, not currently.
So you don't? I mean, do you still like keep your eye out a little bit?
Yeah,
like
I
for
do.
If there's somebody out there that you think you
Absolutely.
could impact or help.
Absolutely, and I'm not just saying this. I'm constantly watching you guys' podcast because again, I enjoy kind of just at least know who's currently doing stuff, who's the new guys. So, but I'm not involved like day-to-day stuff. Unfortunately, so.
But it's not something that you'd completely rule out. Like
No, absolutely not. I love the industry.
Yeah, and I feel like we don't have. I don't think we have enough yous.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes
Yeah.
sense, like involved. Because I mean, not for nothing. Like your success in business, I think, could really go a long way, just knowledge-wise,
Correct.
with artists.
I agree.
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
this what these artists are missing is guidance,
Yeah.
management. Put your money in the right place.
Yes.
And invest in the right pieces in this industry.
Yep.
That's what these guys are missing. Nobody's actually leading them down the right path.
Mm.
So that's what I say. I agree. If there was more me's, and I'm not specifically speaking about myself, but just more leadership
Yeah.
in that industry.
Yeah. So what's your business standing with like the nightlife here, clubs? Is that something you're still involved in, or not really too much?
Not really.
Grown out of it a little bit?
I have, yeah. I'm really close with Rich, who's runs the Armory and Rain in Uptown. So I've just kind of helped push some shows and market some shows for them because they're really good friends of mine. But I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm a little disappointed how downtown Minneapolis has gotten as far as the industry goes and the parties and back then there was promoters. It was different vibe. It was different. People were coming down to have fun and enjoy their time. I feel like that vibe kind of just faded a little bit. It feels like just the same people going out. Yeah, I mean. Yeah.
So you think it's sort of things have gone backwards?
A little bit.
We see this and hear this a lot on social media. A lot of complaining about the promoters, the hosts, the you know what I mean? Like, is that so? You're kind of feeling like
same. Yeah. I mean, it's like back then we used to do concept parties and stuff like that, and we'd market them, we'd promote them, we'd bring people in town.
Yeah.
So different hosts, different type of artist. I feel like that doesn't happen anymore. So.
Yeah, it just feels like Dolo hosts everything now.
Yeah, I mean, Dolo's really good at what he does. I can't. He's one of the best promoters in the history of Minnesota, and I give him those flowers because he's earned it. I mean, he built my Sunday night for many years. So, and he's really he has a following, and people they fuck with him. They go where he goes.
They do,
and we need more Dolos. So. But we need to be a little bit more diverse as far as type of parties and stuff like that. I feel like it's the same shit over and over again. People get bored.
Do you think any of it's on the consumer? Because I feel like a lot of it is on the Minnesota consumer, where like we'll try to throw like a party that has a theme.
Yeah. And
people are too cool to go with the theme.
I don't think so. At least when we did them, it was successful. People played along.
Yeah.
I think you just got to be. You can't just throw a theme and not actually, because we decorated the place. We made it like when we did the Hawaiian party. Like you came in, you felt like you were in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Like we spent the money on the decorations. So I think if you do that, people would, they would play the role.
Yeah.
So I think it's on both a little bit.
Yeah. I'm starting to feel like the Minnesota consumer is a little spoiled.
Yeah. I mean, the problem in Minnesota is, they don't come in places and have really high expectations, right? Like they don't, like when you go to Vegas, for example, certain places, you feel like if you have a VIP table with a $2,000 minimum, you're gonna show up, you're gonna get treated like one, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like here you get up, you don't expect you're gonna get that type of VIP like treatment, and that's what I think we did a good job at least personally at Aqua in these places is when people showed up, I made them feel important. I kind of that's how I got my name. I know Jado. I made everybody felt like they truly knew me, right? Because people want to know the owner, so like I still go to places that I feel like I know the owner or the bartender or the server or the front door guy, right? People just want that, they want that familiar face, they want to feel like they know somebody, right? So and I that's how I felt like I built my brand. Is I tried to remember as many names, as many faces. I was at the front door shaking every hand possible, come through, open the let him in. So I think that's what we're missing. I think a lot of these, I have mad respect for a lot of these owners. I love Hamza and Nabil. Those guys do a very good job. A lot of people love them. Amir, and they do wonderful. But I feel like we're missing that, that special treatment, that people feel obligated to come to your spot. So.
Is there any spot that even compares to Aqua these days?
Not to be biased, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, be biased. Shit, you should be proud of that.
Thank you. I mean, it was. I don't think we did anything different, and nothing that it cannot be duplicated. I just don't think anybody's doing it. Like you got to put in the work, So you got to be out here networking, meaning kind of just you got to be the face. I feel a lot of these guys get a little arrogant, like I'm the club owner. You got to be humble. You got to be out, kissing cheeks and hugging people and let them in.
And doing live on Lake Street interviews.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. I agree with you. I think and I think again that goes back to what I just said about the consumers. It's the same.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel like Minnesota in general just has like a I don't know. I feel like we're really privileged here.
Yeah.
Like Minnesota is a really. It's a really great place to live.
I agree.
We're spoiled. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
we get all four seasons. I mean, I know winter can be hard, but like,
yeah, I love it here.
Snowmobiling, skiing, sledding, building snowmen, like shit. Like, bro, what's better than snow on Christmas Day?
Correct.
You know
and
the
summer's amazing.
And the summers are beautiful.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do feel like we're spoiled here, and sometimes I feel like there's too much downtown.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
can see that.
It's like there's something like if you go. So it's a Saturday, right? So on a Saturday night, you're not gonna have a problem finding performance, a full stage. You're not going to have a problem finding
something
to do on a Saturday night ever. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes we act spoiled.
I agree. 100%.
A little bit, you know. It's like we can't get more than 10 people out here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I also, on the other hand, I get like people get tired of the same thing also.
Yep.
So you might want to
switch it up a little bit. I agree.
Yeah, switch it up a little bit, right?
And I think the mistake that most clubs do these days is they try to cater to one crowd. I don't think there's any club can survive off one crowd 3 nights in a row, right? Yeah. That's why like my Friday night was my Latin night, and my Saturday night was my Asian night, and Sunday night was hip hop for me.
Can you even do that anymore?
I mean, are you talking about from like a racial standpoint?
Yeah.
I didn't promote it.
Could you do an Asian night?
I mean, you hire an Asian promoter that has an Asian following.
Okay.
Right. So. Okay. And I mean.
So you can't have Dolo out here talking about come to Asian night.
No, I mean we never call it Asian. I'm just saying like this is the crowd that I went after, right? So and you know I had Yoom from Trilogy. You know he was the most loved man in town. He still is, but you know people followed him. He threw a party and they knew what they did and people showed up, right? And that crowd loves to party. They love to drink, and they don't usually cause trouble. You know.
Yeah.
So, but I say the concept of the night, the type of music. You know, we played more house. That's what you know that crowd caters to.
Yeah.
Right. Sunday was hip hop. We played only hip hop. Friday was all Latin. Right. We played some top 40 because you know you want to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So you got to cater to certain crowds, and you know we were known. Friday night Latin crowd was at Aqua. Every bad Latina in town was in Aqua.
I don't believe I ever pulled up for it, but I definitely knew that it was happening.
Yeah.
Because I worked with a bunch of guys, like a group of Peruvian guys.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was Aqua. They were there.
Yeah.
They were in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, you got to market, you got to target. You can't just say we're open the doors. Oh, you just come in. People are not going to show up. You know, especially when it's very repetitive.
For sure, man. We might need you to come back, man. We might need you to save the nightlife, Jado.
I love it, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit is in my blood.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this in a humble way. I was good at what I did, like just the way I kind of ran the night, just not promoting.
Just live on Lake Street. You can pop your shit.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Say it. You know, again, it's just not my character to say I was the shit. But I'm just saying, like, I thought I did it the right way.
Yeah.
Right. So, and it's not like just like being outside, you know, hugging people, but just make sure the night was smooth. You know, people I'd walk around the tables, introduce myself, like, hey, I'm the owner. If you need anything, let me know. That's the stuff you got to do to actually build a clientele that's gonna, because then they feel obligated to come back.
For sure.
You know, they feel like that loyalty. Like, I met the owner. He was cool. Like, I want to go back there again because he's gonna make me look good in front of my friends. Or I got this bad bitch. He's gonna come shake my hand and let me in. So,
for sure.
And that's what's missing. You know.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a couple of times where I was walking in the gold room and they tried to stop me, security, and the bill was like, "Yeah, watch out."
Exactly.
Good. And I'm like,
that's love. Yeah, for sure.
I am fucking good. God damn it, get off me.
Yeah, and that's that's one thing that I think Gold Room does very well is they're at the door. They're putting the work.
I mean, I had a couple experiences there that were a little tough, but that wasn't on anybody other than just the security guy that was working that night.
But again, it's hard to find good people to work the door. I mean, your door, what makes you and breaks you.
Yeah.
You can stop the bullshit right there. But, and it's hard for them to be out there the whole time. I made sure I was the first person out the front, the last person to go in.
Yeah.
So that's very important. It's hard to do it, but you gotta commit to it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the price you pay if you want to be rich, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, it makes sense.
That's the thing. That there's so much money in that business.
Yeah.
There's no business in the world, Jake, that opens from 10 to 2, 3 nights a week.
Yeah.
Literally, you're open 12 hours the whole week.
Yeah.
And you make that kind of money.
Yeah.
It just does. It's not possible.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's amazing, right?
And not just that, most people don't show up till midnight. So you're technically 12 to 2 is where you're really making your money.
Yeah.
But bottle service, kind of drink shots. We used to get a bottle of Grey Goose for $20, sell it for $2.50, right? Ace, we used to pay $200, sell it for $1,000. So the profit margins are just stupid. You know?
Insane.
Yeah, especially when you got people popping 10, 15, so of these bottles.
Yeah.
So,
man.
Yeah.
I think we've discussed this before. Velvo Records.
Yeah, we have the first time.
We discussed that, right?
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, you signed Rocky Diamonds at one point.
I did. Yep.
Talk to me about that. I don't remember if we went into that in depth or not.
No, I think we talked in Velvo in general, the artist, but we didn't really touch on Rocky.
Yeah. Because you had Rowdy.
Yep.
Right? Rowdy Life YP.
Yep.
He was one of the artists that you signed.
I didn't sign YP, like physically to Velvo, but I kind of gave him the studio to record anytime he wanted. I just really fucked with him since day one.
Yeah.
I said, go in there anytime you want, kick the door and record. You know, so, but never really signed.
Rowdy don't like me anymore.
Why? We gotta bring peace again.
It's peaceful.
Is it okay?
Yeah, he told me I needed Jesus though.
Oh,
it was something that Live on Lake Street did that he didn't like or whatever. I think it was some Cam Bennett shit.
Oh, okay.
Because you know, Chief and Cam Bennett have had their little back and forth, and
I didn't know that.
There was some, you know.
Okay.
Chief's always in the middle of some controversy, right? You know, there's always something going on.
But still, he's well respected in town. So
yeah, for sure.
If you're not hating on, you're not doing something right.
Yeah,
so.
And I also think this was the early days of Live on Lake Street when people didn't even know that he was involved.
Sure.
People just thought like, oh, Jake left the Wiseman show and planted his flag on fucking Lake Street, and now he just thinks he's the fucking guy. And I think that's where like the unique God and Jesus came from. But
gotcha.
I don't have any disdain towards him.
But anyways, I love Cam and I love YP. To me, they're good kids. And I'm always the type of person I like to bring peace around people. Yeah. Right. So there's just never. I just don't think it's never serious enough to hold a grudge.
I'm a peaceful guy, man.
I know you are.
I don't really give it. I don't really like. If you don't like me, fine.
Right. You're not gonna sweat over it, but. You know.
I am who I am all the time, around the clock, every day. So
that's the best you can be.
That's all. That's it. I don't. If you don't
you.
like me, then you don't like me.
Right.
Because I'm not going to be different. So to go back to Rocky. Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky was one of the first artists that I signed.
How old was Rocky this time?
Under 21. I mean, 19, 20, something like that.
Okay.
He was probably the biggest artist that I signed that actually had some kind of following. Yeah. Right. And I think just, he was young. It was a little bit of arrogance. We just kind of didn't really get along. So it didn't really work out.
Sounds like you and everybody else.
Right? Yeah.
Man.
I mean, I feel like he's probably matured a little bit now. I haven't been in contact with him. But
I don't think he has.
No?
I don't think so, no.
I know he kind of got into some trouble recently, but that kind of went viral. But, yeah, just, he's really passionate about what he does. Yeah. But doesn't do it the right way. He's just a hothead.
Yeah. When you say what he does, you mean the music or the scamming?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, but both. So, and he's burnt a lot of bridges.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's too small, especially that industry. So.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, yeah, it didn't work out. And then he just went and made up some lies that wasn't true, and I just didn't end up, kind of feeding into it.
Oh, he was talking down on you.
Yeah, which is all I did was, trying to put him on and help him and invested some money.
What was he saying? What was he saying about you? What were the lies?
I honestly don't remember exactly, but I know it was just some BS that wasn't even true.
Bad business type shit. Or
not really. It was more like I never signed with Velvo, which is I had a signed agreement. I mean, so like just stuff like that. It wasn't really major, and he didn't put money behind him, and I dumped a bunch of didn't spend a lot, but it was a decent amount. Yeah. So just stuff like that. It wasn't nothing like serious where it was bad blood, but yeah.
Well, was it? I heard there was a $2,000 advance. Is that accurate? 2K.
Yeah, that was true. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't much, but that's what he wanted, and I gave it to him. Yeah, but that wasn't all that was spent. I mean, that was just an advance, but dump some money on.
There are a lot of artists out here today, right now, in Minnesota, that will happily sign some paperwork for 2 racks.
Yeah, and it wasn't like I never held the paperwork against them at all, not once. Clearly, I said, you want to do your thing, go ahead, like
Wait, is he technically still signed to Velvo Records?
No, no. I mean, it was it was like a 5-year term back in 2012. So but again, even at the time when it was still, it could play it. I never held it against him. I'm not gonna.
You didn't try to shut down his releases or nothing?
No. That's just not me.
That'd have been the most gangster shit ever.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's still not me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not gonna. If you want to go eat somewhere else, good for you. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't have any personal issues with Rocky. I don't know him at all.
Yeah.
In fact, I need him. If Rocky, if you're watching, I need you to teach me the ropes, because you know what I mean?
It's not. I don't know. It's from what I heard, it's not the right ropes to learn.
Yeah, no, I'm just playing. Yeah, I mean, I do envy some of these scammers out here. Yeah. Sometimes I look at, I'm like, damn, the scammers are really.
They're really smart. Yeah. They got to figure it out.
But you really have to be cool with being alone.
Yeah.
And fucking over anybody.
Right.
And you got to be cool with potentially getting like kidnapped and shit.
Yeah,
because if somebody catches you,
is it on camera that he got snatched?
Oh yeah,
that's what I remember.
Yeah, he's got a couple of incidents that were on camera. But like, I feel like, to me, when you head down the path of that's how you make your money.
Yeah.
You kind of have to accept that, right? Like
Correct.
this is probably going to happen.
It's 99% possibility.
It's going something is going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's just hope it's not death.
Correct.
I'll take a punch in the face. I'll take a broken leg. I'll take a getting tossed in the trunk and getting slapped up a little bit. But
correct.
Let's just hope it's not death.
Yeah.
So
I want to live to see another
so
day.
I can get up and scam again tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean that.
But again, like you said, it's nobody's ever scammed for life. You ever get cut up eventually.
That's a fact.
And it's not worth it.
Oh, I don't think maybe.
So,
I don't know. There might be some.
So I mean, it depends what level, but
Yeah.
you know, if you're gonna lose it all, to me, it's not worth it. No matter how much you made. You know.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not at all. It's definitely not. If you're gonna lose your life or put your family in danger
Or freedom, you know, so.
yeah. No, you're right. You're definitely right about that. It rarely ends.
Mm-hmm.
Illegal activities as a profession rarely end
Correct.
well.
And everyone always feels like they have a timeline they're gonna step out.
Yeah.
They never do.
Never.
You're never gonna be like, oh, once I want to get to that point, I'm gonna never.
Yeah, I mean, we just watched it with. You watched Snowfall?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you watch the finale?
Yes, absolutely.
So
it's to me, Snowfall is one of the best shows that's ever made.
It was a really good show.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'd rank it yet.
Yeah. You think it's done?
Yeah.
Really?
They said it was.
Yeah, but
They said it was a
always say
series
it's
finale.
done.
Well, they're doing a spin-off.
Yeah, but it's not the same. All spin-offs are never the same.
I don't need a Wanda spin-off.
No.
I mean, maybe they'll
Not
make
Wanda.
it phenomenal. But
Not Wanda. Like, she's cool in that show, but
Yeah.
it definitely there can't be a show based on her.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Wanda in Ghana?
No. Remember when
Yeah.
Wanda was the biggest crackhead in the
Yeah,
show?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't know. So were you happy with the ending?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was cool, man.
It was cool. I mean, everybody.
Spoiler alert if y'all haven't watched.
Yeah,
but at this
that's why
point,
I'm not trying to
honestly,
say much, 'cause-
honestly, if you haven't watched it at this point, fuck y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
I really liked the ode
Yep.
to John Singletary and the Boys in the Hood.
Yep.
The little
exactly.
tiny little moment.
That was dope.
And I think that a lot of what happened in like that final scene with Franklin and Lee taking that walk.
Yep.
I think a lot of that is either going to take time for people to absorb and really take in what was being said there, the message there.
Correct.
Or it's just going to go over your head and you're never going to get.
I agree.
Like it. But
I agree. I actually rewind. I had to watch it again, but I agree. A lot of people, if you don't really pay attention to that scene, it's deep as fuck.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I would have liked the uncle to stick around. You know what I'm saying?
That broke my heart.
It did
bro.
too. Yeah.
And it wasn't even him dying.
Yeah.
It was Louis'
Franklin's reaction.
Louis' reaction.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro!
Hurt.
Like I felt like the desperation, and like it started making me think about like, what if I lost my wife?
For
or
sure.
What if she lost me?
Yeah.
Like
she's a great actress, but
she really
that
was.
scene when she was just almost fainting on top of him.
Yeah.
And then even see Franklin, his reaction.
Yeah.
Like all the beef that's been happening.
There is a
between
little.
them.
You do still got a little bit of your soul left. A
Yeah,
little piece of your soul is
yeah,
remaining.
for sure.
But even like the final scene at the funeral.
Yeah.
When she said, "You're the devil."
Yep.
And he said, "I know." I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And that's what I love about Franklin's character
Yeah.
is you get all sides.
Yeah.
So.
He's great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the people that are mad that the UK guy took the job from the American guy that's actually from there. Like,
Yeah.
you can't be, bro.
He did a wonderful job. I can't see anybody else playing that role now.
Yeah, he smoked it, and he was really the perfect like face and personality because, I mean, if you remember when we first met Franklin, he was like this really buttoned up guy, like kind of a little bit kind of dorky, and he never really lost that.
Yeah,
like that. There was still an element of that dorkiness
all the way through,
the way through, like till the end. Like he was a cold-blooded motherfucker, a bad motherfucker, but. He was still pretty buttoned up and had a little nerdy to him. Yeah, I think definitely, as far as where shows rank, I don't know, but where characters rank, he's up there.
Top 5 for sure.
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there for sure. So, can you talk to me? I mean, I don't want to run Aqua into the ground.
No,
but,
yeah, for sure.
But I know people love to hear Aqua stories.
Absolutely.
So talk to me some more about like some of your like. When did you first realize that Aqua was like a place of prestige where like you were going to be bringing in celebrities and like professional athletes and things like that? Like, was that always in your mind, or
it wasn't? I think I kind of knew I made it. To answer your question specifically, is when we had every Friday night before we went Latin, we'd have all the Vikings. Like they're constant. I remember. I mean, I don't. His name is like Sharper was one of the first people that came in.
Oh.
Now, like I was just saying, I don't want to bring him up, but like, and then you had AP, and then Brian McKinney.
Yeah.
And those guys, like we had a really good team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They constantly show up every Friday, popping bottles, and you got all the groupies showing up, right? And then I have Prince walk in, right, on a night when all the players were there, and that's when I looked. I'm like, we might be the spot, you know.
So hold on. So were you informed of this prior to it happening? So
yes.
Somebody was like, hey, just so you know, these guys are on their way.
Vikings, no, they just showed up.
But Prince, yes.
Prince, I got a call from his driver.
The red carpet.
Yeah, his limo guy. He called me. He says, "Hey, I got your number from so and so. We're pulling up. You know, this is, you know, where do you want me to go?" So we went through the back, and he was like, "I need to meet with you before he walks in."
Did you lose your mind when you got that phone call?
Absolutely. I'm like, hold on, like Prince, like Prince Saudi Arabia, like Prince. He's like, no, Prince. Minnesota Prince. I'm like, okay. So I met with this driver in the back. He says, you know, Prince has 2 rules. He never plays music while he's in the club, and he always wants a bottle of water, room temperature, at his table, and nobody to come talk to him. He says that's the only 2 rules you need to know about. I'm like, okay, good to know. So I went up, told the DJ, I'm like, you know, can't play any Prince when he's here. You know, had a bottle ready for him at his table. It was him and a female friend of his, and then his driver, who just stood in front of the table. And he walked in, you know, and he was consistently there every other week, and he would only show up on Friday.
And have no fun.
He just sat there, him and his girl. I remember one night where they wanted to leave, and they usually go through like the side door, right? And it was really, really busy that night. I don't know what was going on, but just First Avenue was just shut down. And so we're going through the back. I look at this driver. I said, hey, you should actually go through the back loading dock, because it's going to be like hell leaving through the side. Yeah. And the person looked at me and was like, don't ever say that word. It's going to be like paradise. So he was freaked out that I said hell. He was looking at me and was like, don't ever say that word. It's going to be like paradise. I'm like, oh, shit. I mean, he must not like hell. So, and you know, it's just the word that you use, right? Like, it's going to be like hell. So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, that's a bizarre.
Yeah, he like snapped, like, don't ever say hell.
But even not even just that, like, he would show up just to be there.
That's it. He wanted to be in a club. He wanted to be seen. He doesn't want anybody to talk to him. Doesn't want to hear his music. And like I said, just him always. Sometimes he shows up by himself, but very rarely. Yeah. 99% of them, him and a girl, usually different girl every time. But they would just sit there and talk and just hang out, and he'd stay until 2:00.
How do you keep people away from him?
It's just he has his security, and we have a security next to them. And people, I mean, you got people almost fainting look at him walk by them.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, I'm not even like the biggest Prince fan ever, but I would be like, Prince just walked in here, like, oh my God.
And when he's alive, I mean, obviously Prince is Prince, but I felt like, you know, I'm looking at him now that he's dead. I'm like, I wish I enjoyed the moment more. Like, I feel like I would just sit there and stare at him, you know. So
I mean, what else could you do? Shit, he didn't want to talk to you. He didn't want to talk to nobody. Did you ever get a chance to talk to him?
Just that one time when he
just
told
the one time when he yelled at you.
Yeah.
Paradise, motherfucker.
Yep. Absolutely. He never addressed me. I never spoke to him. So.
I mean, what a great story though that you got forever.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. The only story I got. I mean, compare how many times it's been there. I feel like I should have more, but I don't.
I mean, what else though? Like, I mean, so. You have Vikings players in there wilding.
A lot of Vikings. And, you know, then we start, you know, booking a lot of the, you know, like the Kim Kardashians. And, you know, we've had a lot of just random people showing up, like Randy Moss, because, you know, he was, at the time, he was with the Vikings. Yep. John Legend would show up. And then we had Timbaland, for example. Just random people were there in town. We were the spot to go to. Yeah. Right? It was cool because, you know, just show up. They walk in. Sometimes we get heads up. Sometimes we don't. Like Joe Mauer would come in constantly with the Twins. Him and
really?
Justin Morneau. Yeah.
Joe Mauer popping bottles?
I
cannot imagine.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he wasn't in there consistently, but he'd show up, you know, once every 2-3 months. But yeah,
I can't imagine Joe Mauer partying. Yeah, at all.
He's actually super cool.
Is he? Yeah. I mean, he seems like a really nice guy. I just can't imagine him like.
Yeah.
I just think of bilateral leg weakness when I think of Joe Mauer and a lot of singles.
Yeah,
a whole lot of singles.
Yeah, he was super cool. He knew that we had a VIP host at the time that he knew pretty well. So that's who brought him in the first time. Then one time we threw a Timberwolves party on the upstairs, and we put curtains, and then everybody we invited certain girls and we had to check in their phones because there was no phones allowed.
Yep.
That was a really cool party. I can't disclose a lot of info, but K-Love was there. He was wilding out.
With his chin strap beard. This was chubby K-Love too,
chubby
right?
K-Love.
Yeah.
It was a fun night, but and then one night we had I think
he didn't do the knuckle push-ups at Aqua, did he?
No. But that was around that time. But one night we had it Sunday night. I remember we were a packed dance floor. Yeah. And all I hear on the radio, Code Red dance floor, Code Red dance floor. And then we look, and I'm not shitting you, Jake. The dance floor is split in half. You had the north side on this side, and then you had I don't remember who they were beefing at the time. I'm talking about it looked like one of those old war movies where they go and they just run into each other. We had a 30-minute brawl. Literally, I'm talking about, I don't know if this was pre-planned. I don't know if it said meet me at the dance floor at Aqua, but I'm talking about just all we see is they went half here, nothing in the middle except security just start running and they just went at it. 30 minutes of straight war on the dance floor.
No bullets?
No bullets. It was just fighting.
Just fists.
Yeah, just fists. At the time, for some reason, people fought the right way.
Shout out to them.
So it was no
knives. Couldn't do that today.
Yeah, no stabbings, no shootings, just knuckles.
What year was this?
2010, 2011. Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
That's madness, though.
Yeah.
And did that cause any problems for you going forward? It just ended and then it was.
Yeah, it was. Ended. We broke out. Obviously, it took a long time to break the fight up.
Yeah. I feel like if that happens at Gold Room today, like Gold Room's shut down tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. If there's no shootings, I don't think so. Fights still happen in clubs, right? But as long as there's no shootings, no stabbings, no police reports like that aggressive, they usually tend to look the other way. But we end up closing early that night because we had to empty the whole club.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
So, yeah.
That's wild. What's the worst celebrity experience you've had at your club?
Timbaland. And I usually come up and I always introduce myself. And just to kind of show it, so I came up to Timbaland and said, hey, my name is Jado, I'm the owner here. And he looked at me and says, let me see your business card. I'm like, excuse me? He was like, how do I know you're actually the owner? Let me see your business card. So I'm like, okay. So I took out my business, I gave it to him, looked at it, and put it in his pocket and turned around. It was just odd, and I thought it was mad disrespectful. I've never had anybody doubt that, I'm the owner, but for him to say, literally, was just really rude and, direct.
What purpose would you have to lie?
Yeah, exactly.
It was like I'm asking you, I'm the business manager. I own this place.
Right.
Could you please give me $1 million?
Yeah, I got to you. If I'm not the owner, I have to know somebody. But yeah, and he literally, and I gave him my card. You know what I'm saying? So he just looked at it, put it, he didn't even say anything to me. So I just walked away.
You hold grudges?
No.
If you saw Tim today, would you be like, hey man?
Yeah, I'd say what's up to him.
Apology.
The other experience.
Would you ask him for an apology though?
Probably not. No. I'm not that kind of person. Okay. But I don't know if I would come up and talk to him, but if there was a conversation, I wouldn't hold a grudge. The other experience that I had was with Kim's sister. Which one?
Courtney,
yeah.
Courtney.
We were at a party in Vegas. We were at the same table. And because even like when Kim left that night, she had my number. We would text. I'd say, hey, Merry Christmas. Like we kept just some kind of a, talking relationship.
Yo, you dated Kim Kardashian.
Thank you.
You might still be dating. You might still be dating her. I'm not sure.
But when she started talking to Kanye, that's when she stopped responding to my texts, and I haven't spoken to her since. Right. So even like she had when she was with Chris Humphries, she come in town, we'll talk. Right. So
damn.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, I know your sister. She hosted one of my clubs. She was like, yeah, who doesn't know my sister? That's what her response was. I'm like, okay. I just turned around and walked away. Like we're at the same table. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm somebody came in and like a fan. So.
That was probably more about Kim than you.
Yeah.
You're sick of Kim's shit. I fucking know you know her. We all do. Fuck her.
Yeah. No, she was like, who doesn't know my sister?
Okay.
So.
It's my last. Well, I got 2 more.
Okay, I'm all for it.
We're going viral with this one.
Okay.
Top 5 clubs
in history of Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
Wow, I didn't expect that one.
That's tough.
Again, I got to put Aqua up there. Yeah. I think it's my number one. Again, just like I said, or not being biased, I don't think anybody did it for that long, that well. Like. Aqua was open for 11 years. We were busy for 11 years and sold it for $1 million after 11 years. It's not, that doesn't happen in this business. most places either rebrand, rename, sell, do different things, right? Go out of business, shut down. Has been no other club that actually was consistently busy for that long and still sells for that amount.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I think I would put Aqua as number one. It just has never happened that way. Number two is definitely Spin Cream. I was consistently there every Thursday at Spin and Cream, or Cream was Sunday. Spin was Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
And I was in the process of opening Aqua, and I was there every Thursday. I had my table, right? Mm-hmm. So I show up one night, and the guy at the front, remember his name was Derek Roning, rest in peace. He passed away last year. He says, "Hey, I can't let you in." I said, "What do you mean? I'm here for my table." He says, "The owner wants to talk to you." So Mike Whitela comes down, the owner of Spin at the time, and says, "Yeah, we heard you're opening competitive club. We don't want you here."
Wow.
I was so embarrassed. I remember that was the one of the lowest points in my life. Like, really, just because and I held a grudge against Mike for a long time. Real cool now, but
it's kind of fire.
Yeah,
it's kind of fire to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I took it really personal. I'm like, I want to destroy this place. And we had beef between us.
Yeah, he said he called you the ops.
Oh yeah.
Said it's up, bro.
Coming in here. We were. I mean, I was so petty one time. I was so petty when I started promoting my Sunday night. I bought 2 trucks and I put 2 huge signs says, because it was called Shy Sundays when we first opened up, right? My Sunday night. And I went. There was the parking lot right across the street from Spin.
Yep.
And because they used to have a huge line, and I parked the 2 parks right in that lot. They can't do shit. I parked in a public parking lot, right? It was just 2 huge signs, and they were freaking out. So we're just doing petty shit like that.
Yeah.
And then they'll send some people to flyer our dance floor. We do out flyer their parking lot. So we're just really petty between the two. But I can't. I gotta give them. They were the spot.
They might have set up that fight.
Probably.
Probably.
I mean, everything that happened bad, we blamed on them, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really petty, but it was beef. So. I mean, yeah.
Sometimes that's fun shit.
Yeah,
and it's stressful, but
yeah, and I would get random texts from Mike, just talking shit, and like I said, I spoke to him a couple of months ago. I respect him. I mean, I respected how good of a smart businessman he was. He ran that place very well,
yeah,
and he was really passionate. But I wouldn't just randomly text the competition, you're a bottom feeder or just stupid shit like that. So
wow.
And he actually told me one time. He sent me a text. He said, "It's not how you start. It's how you finish." And then when he shut down, I sent him a text and I said, "It's not how you start. It's how you finish." So that was a big moment I'm really proud of.
That's phenomenal.
So,
you won that round. Yeah, I mean, you won.
Yeah, thank you.
Right?
I think I did because again, I never went out of business.
So are we counting that as 2?
Yeah, I'd give him 2 for sure.
Okay, so
number 3. Escape Ultra Lounge. Remember Escape?
Of course.
So
yeah.
I think Escape, I'll give it to 3 to Escape because they were the first legit bottle service nightclub in Minnesota.
Yep.
They're the first one that actually, started the bottle service.
Were they the first ones to do teen night?
Yep. They were the first
right?
one to do teen night too. Yeah. I mean, there was Escape was a lot of firsts. So
teen night was wicked.
Yeah. So, but I gotta give it this because they were one of the firsts. 4. There's too many. It's hard to. 4 Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Fahrenheit was the spot to go to for many years. Mm-hmm. Monday night was Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And then 5. Damn, I gotta.
It's about to get worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought this was bad.
No, it's about to get worse. And then I'm gonna let you get out of here. So
okay. I gotta give this last spot to. It's between 2. It's between Envy and between Envy and Gold Room because Gold Room has been doing it for a while now, so I could give him that respect. I'll give it to Gold Room.
Okay.
Yeah, number 5.
Okay, now I need your top 5 currently running.
Oh shit!
Doors open. Doors open. Top 5. Doors open.
Shoot. You weren't joking. You said it got really bad.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
It's crazy because I love these guys, and I think they, I love a lot of them. But I think number one right now will be, Gold Room.
Yeah.
Because I think that, like I said, they're consistently
established.
Established. They got the clientele. They're doing their thing. They know how to handle bullshit.
Yep.
So they show a lot of people mad love. And
Yep.
I think, like I said, they're one of the few people that I feel like they did what I did. They're out there really fucking with people, networking.
They gave us a chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
A few times.
Oh, that's dope.
And we'll be back there too.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So, number two, the problem is there isn't that many that that actually
see a lot of them come and go quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think Monarch has been doing their thing for a while now. So they've been around. And again, when I'm ranking these, longevity is important to me because I know how hard it is to survive this business, right? Like we had to do a lot of maneuvering to survive.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think anybody knows better than you. That's
you.
why I think this is an important question to ask you.
Thank you. I probably give Monarch 2, just like I said. They've been doing. I respect Amir. Yep. Amir was in Fahrenheit. Was the main guys there, and then he was in Envy.
Yep.
And then he did. What's the other spot he did with Ben? I forgot what it's called. I'm fading, but kind of where Billy Sushi is now.
Okay.
And then like he did Monarch, and he's been doing well. Number 3. Tough.
I can't wait to put up. We're gonna make a Mount Rushmore.
For sure. Number 3 is probably Exchange now.
Okay.
Again, I think they've been doing their thing for a while. They they shut down, they remodeled. I like the guys that run that place. They do a pretty decent job. Number 4, Union. Is that considered a club?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the space itself. I think it's a dope rooftop.
Yeah.
It's I've been at some really good parties there.
Yeah.
And then 5. Who am I missing? Throw some names out.
I mean, the one that I think of is Rain.
Rain? Oh, shit. Yeah. How did I forget Rain? I'm going to have to walk this back a little bit. Because I'm thinking downtown. I'm not even thinking uptown.
I think,
right?
I was just going to say, I think that's why how you
to me, the Armory is top 10 in the country.
Yep.
I think the Armory is top 10 venue in the whole country. Right?
I mean, the way people, for sure.
They're just.
But that's that's a music venue.
Yeah, it's not. I don't consider it night. That's why I didn't consider it a club.
Yeah.
It's more of a live music venue.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't name First Avenue or I'm thinking like actual nightclubs.
For sure.
I would put Rain number 2 actually.
Okay. So we're swapping. So we're bumping Monarch down.
Yeah. I would say Gold Room, Rain, Monarch,
Exchange,
and
then Union.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, I think I'm not a super big nightlife guy. I'm a little old and got a lot of kids and all that shit, so I don't really go out too much. But I think you got it right.
Yeah,
Sounds about right to me.
I think Rich with Rain is the Godfather now. Like the guy is taken over. I mean, he's a legit operator. His staff love him. He's very well respected. He doesn't fuck anybody over.
Yeah.
He runs the night very well. He shows love to the people that deserve it. He doesn't take any bullshit. That's what you need. You want. I've always been asked as a boss, do you like to be feared or loved, right?
Yeah.
And you need a little bit of both.
Yeah, healthy balance, right?
Yeah, you need a little bit of both. It can't be one or other.
It's kind of like being a father.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and I think he's a perfect mix of both, and he's very, very well respected.
Yeah.
So, and he runs Rain and Vanquish and Armory.
Yeah.
And now he's doing the one in Uptown. What's the spot in Uptown they just opened up? Ties, right? So, yeah, no, I have a really bad memory, especially with names. So, yeah, he's definitely. I think I would say he's better than me as an operator.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, and again, with all due humbleness, I feel like
high praise.
So yeah.
High praise. High praise right there. Okay, I know I said I had only 2 more questions for you. I got one more though.
I'm here.
And this is what I'm asking everybody today, so that way, if you get it right, then we can post it after and be like, look, you got it right.
Okay.
The fight tonight.
Yep.
I need your predictions. I want
Davis.
In how many?
3.
Knockout?
Yeah.
Straight up?
Straight up.
Just straight up
KO.
I think I agree with you, actually.
In 3?
I'd say, yeah. Somewhere between round 3 and 5.
He's a dog. And he wants this fight bad.
Oh yeah, no, I think he wins, and I think it is by knockout for sure.
Yeah, I definitely think. I don't think it'll go all the way.
No. The last guest predicted all 10 and it ends in a draw. I'll be pissed.
I'll be pissed too.
Pissed.
I don't think so. Not this fight.
Yeah, no, I think Tank.
Yeah, Tank for sure.
Ryan Garcia is a phenomenal fighter. They're both great fighters.
I agree.
But I don't think his chin's gonna be able to handle that.
No. I think Tank will get him for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm being too optimistic with 3. I personally think that's where it'll end.
Yeah, somewhere I got same thing. Somewhere between 3 and 5. Okay. I mean, that's the thing about it though, bro, is like it only takes one.
It's true. Yeah.
It only takes one shot, and I don't think Garcia got the chin, man.
No.
I don't think he's got the chin.
Remember the fight a couple weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
When literally it took one. He literally hit him once and he dropped.
Yeah.
Right? We thought he was dominating the whole fight.
Yeah.
But like you just said, to your point, he got him with one good one and it was over.
That's all it takes.
Yep. So.
Yeah. Well, somebody's O is out of here.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have a 1 where that O is.
Absolutely.
After tonight. So all right.
So,
KO in 3.
KO in 3.
Tank. Done.
Tank David. Absolutely.
Okay, Jado, give them any more information you want people to know.
My platforms are all the same. I know Jado, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok.
His TikTok is busting, by the way.
Thank you. I need to get back on it. I've been slacking hard.
Have you? I'm not big on it.
I've just been so busy. I haven't had the time to actually sit down and actually put out content, but I do need to, because I was making a couple thousand a month off consistently posted.
Yeah.
So. And it's great money, just for constantly putting videos out.
Yeah. And
it's just been so overwhelming with work, I haven't had the time. But I need to get back on it. But I encourage, we talked this, I think the first time, I've always been a really big advocate for TikTok because it really gets you major exposure. One video can put you out, you know?
Sure.
And then you get paid. It's the only app that directly pays you per views outside of YouTube.
Yep.
So.
And I think they pay better than YouTube.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, okay.
I think
Probably.
they do.
Okay.
Might not be by much, but I think it's better.
Gotcha.
For sure. Okay.
Gotcha.
So follow you everywhere. I know Jado. What else? Any other business ventures you got that you want to know about?
I think I'm currently capped. I don't think I have the capacity to take anything else on. Okay. I think I'll start failing if I do. So I think I'm at that. I just take anything on.
That's wise. Good that you know that.
Absolutely.
Not that I'm surprised.
Right. Thank you.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think my capacity is there. So I just got to focus what I have. And keep building. So
all right, man. Well, shit, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. And again, I'm mad love and respect for you guys. I really do think what you guys are doing is beyond expectation. Seriously, like I've said it to you first. You guys are definitely the number one locally, and I hope you kind of keep on growing.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you giving these guys the platform that nobody else does. And not just that. The one thing that I respect about you do your homework. Like when you sit here with these guys, you've invested your own time into get to know them and and ask the right questions and to help them grow their brand. So not a lot of people do that. So I kind of respect and appreciate that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That means the world to me. We work very hard over here. So
absolutely,
even just a few flowers feels good, man.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it, Jado.
Thank you for having me.
All right, man. That's it. Another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1.
It ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie, what you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up, I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it, I ain't been to the booth in a minute. Niggas hate the fact that I'm winning. Who makes him the chief of the south side? Oh my nigga, I'm not the lieutenant. When I was in the gym, you wasn't in it. FaceTime so my windows is tinted. If I said that shit, then I meant it. Niggas gave me the rules and I bent it. Same nigga that was trapping while I was suspended. You wasn't in them hallways banging, boy, you wasn't in it. Really a genuine nigga, homie, don't get offended. From East Lake, South Murder, I'm just rappers that I can't stop. It's that I won't stop. It ain't that I can't stop. It's that I won't say. It ain't that I can't stop. It's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip. Now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. What you know about it? Southside Chief, homie. Now what you know? Look, I'm Southside Chief, homie. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me?